Well, hello there, welcome back to episode 73 of IVATOPIA'S Let's Play a Divinity Dragon Commander. I said I was going to end a bunch of turns before I did it, but I didn't think about the extra things popping up. So what I'm going to do, as you see I've only done like 2 turns, I'm going to talk to the throne room and then edit out when I keep skipping, and then if one of these pops up again I'm going to add it to this episode. Okay, I'll go to the throne room and see what they got to speak about.
Commander, you know we elves sometimes stuff our pipes with a few Druidini leaves so as to experience its gentle, mind-altering effects.
Especially your druggies.
There are some that say its use should be outlawed, but I want to propose the exact opposite. Studies have shown this plant's medicinal use can do wonders to alleviate pain.
What?
So I think every doctor should be allowed to administer Druidini like any other remedy.
No, because it's a drug, no. If you can basically drink it, look. If you can smoke it and get high on it, and then you're gonna hurt people, then no. It's not needed.
Both in sickness and in health, we recognize the judgment of the gods, Commander, as we do in convalescence and death. Interfering by means of medicine is already a sin. Adding the use of vile narcotics to the equation merely aggravates the misdeed.
Okay, I'll listen to you.
What is it with the elves and their damnable love for hallucinogenic leaves? I've seen those who use it, sitting around with bloodshot eyes, talking gibberish. Medicinal, malicious more like.
Commander, if Druidini truly possesses the qualities attributed to it by Oberon, and under responsible medical supervision it may be used to alleviate pain, then of course I support the elven bid. It is only logical.
She's a Vulcan now. It's only logical.
Our studies show Oberon is correct, Commander. Sure, it took our researchers a very long time to write down their results, which they did in the weirdest of phrases, and for some reason they ate and ate and ate.
Because they were drugged up.
Simply cannot dismiss their deductions.
No, no. We allow it for use. No, because as you just put it, it took them ages to write down because they were too out of it. So no.
So dwarves can drink themselves into a stupor every day, but you won't allow the use of a plant that has proven medicinal value. Hardly rational, is it, Commander?
It's a bit different. The drink is for social. You basically it's socially, and as long as you don't go stupid with it, you don't hurt anyone. Obviously, if you go stupid, you are, but that's why there's laws, so you don't drink and drive, etc., etc. Obviously, with that stuff, you basically. And also, there's another thing with drink. If you drink, no one else is getting affected by it. If you're smoking your stuff, Joe Bloggs next door to you is getting a whiff of it too. That's the big thingy. If you use that stuff on yourself by smoking it and no one else got affected, it would be a different story. But you can walk down the street smoking that stuff and you're giving it to every kid who walks past. If you walk down the street with a bottle in your hand, down in it, the kids can't get any of it. As long as you're not drunk out your head, again, you will be crossing laws at that point because you will be breaking laws by drinking and driving or being violent, and then you'll be stopped. But as long as you're just having a drink, walking down the street, it should be fine.
Lovely, Commander, well done. Do not deny distress to those deserving it. The divines distribute what portions of pain befit their receiver. Let us do no more than stand by and look on in reverence.
I realize you stop talking. You're so annoying.
A fine choice, Commander. It's bad enough as it is when Druidini is used as some sick sort of diversion by our youths. But using it on patients would have been downright criminal. Besides, if they're in pain, everyone knows a shot of brandy does the trick.
Replace one with another. But again, at least if they have the shot of brandy, as I said, it's only affecting them, nobody else. Where if you're smoking that stuff, you know, the nurse could be getting a whiff of it, and then she goes over, the doctor goes by, he gets a whiff of it, they go over do surgery, whatever they do, and boom, the person's dead because they're a little high and out of it. With a drink, they would physically have to take from the person and drink it themselves. But the second-hand stuff will affect people when they have no choice in it. That's the difference.
Logic seems to disagree with you, Commander. The facts
Just female
were
Vulcan.
plain, as should have been the inferences.
No,
Your
second-hand smoke.
lack of wisdom does mystify me from time to
Second-hand
time.
smoke.
What is the use of scientific studies, Commander, if you're going to negate the results?
Second-hand smoke for some people who don't need it.
And prattle on about gods. Perish the thought.
Caramba. To the bridge. So I'll probably end up cutting this section again, and then I'm putting it back for this video when someone's got a conversation to do again. So see you in a bit. And we're back again.
Commander,
Something else to say.
undoubtedly you have heard of the famed elven cheese Gorgon Beurre?
Nope.
Made from the best rabbit milk in Rivellon.
Nope.
It is a product we pride ourselves in. An artisan delicacy of the highest standing. The imps, however, have made some sort of synthetic knockoff that they are selling for a fraction of the true Gorgon Beurre's price.
Oh.
They even gave it the same name. We want you to protect our product.
Oh, I know what
and
this
outlaw
is.
the counterfeit cheese the imps are selling.
Cornish pasties. Basically, you cannot sell Cornish pasties unless it's made from Cornwall. People can sell them, like, in other parts of the country, but they're not allowed to use the name Cornish, and they fought for that right. I personally feel it's a little stupid, but... because our Cornish pasties in Greggs, when I worked for Greggs, had to be changed to... what was it? Oh, what was the name? It was something like vegetable something. They're no longer called Cornish pasties, called something like meat and vegetable. I can't remember the name now, because I haven't worked there for a few years, but... I thought it was perfectly stupid, because at the end of the day, it's still a Cornish pasty. Obviously, you shouldn't be using knockoff stuff, I agree with that part, but... yeah.
I find myself siding with Oberon, Commander. Famed are the undead's marrow macaroons, and I would abhor ignoble impish imitations.
Oberon is just belly aching again, Commander. If the imps have the smarts to produce Gorgon Beurre at such low costs, that merely proves they're smarter than the elves. Besides, it's just some stinking bit of cheese we're talking about. Not like they're aping ale.
In other words, ale will be different for you.
One can hardly blame the imps for grasping an economical opportunity. If the elves feel disadvantaged, well, it's up to them to retaliate with new and better products.
Hoity-toity, high and mighty elves. Who do they think they are? As if they're the only ones allowed to make rabbit cheeses, and rubbish ones at that. Give it a couple of years, and Gorgon Beurre will be called an imp product. For what we make better than everybody else.
I guess, try and look at both sides of the argument here. If you make your product, you don't want someone else using the same name. Will you protect regional products? And that's the same with the Cornish pasty. You know, I did think it was silly because they were called Cornish in other places and then they fought for it. And the thing is, you can still make the same product. It's just not allowed to be called Cornish no more. That's the thing. I don't know. I personally thought it was silly, but I can see the argument as well. Okay, to me, if they got a specific brand name, then fine, they should be able to keep that brand name. But the other people should be able to make the same thing with a different name. Well, out there. So, we institute protection, I say yes, and for that reason.
Thank you, Commander. Trinculo may object now, but if we were to sell a cheap variant of Grumio's gunpowder, it would be he who'd cry havoc.
Well done. If it takes laws to protect us from impish shenanigans, then by the seven we must right them, even if they be secular.
Shut up.
What good are artisan delicacies if only the rich can afford them? Mass production of cheap crap with the same name gives the populace the idea they're enjoying something special, whereas the rich can still get hold of the real deal. It's a win-win situation. You're just tossed out of the window.
But as you just put it, cheap rubbish, so to speak, we use the other word, basically means they could theoretically be eating, like, you know, when Tesco did horse meat. And what they shouldn't be eating horse meat. You should know what's in it. They could be putting stuff in it that you're not telling the customer, so. And the customer should know what's in there.
To protect the good name of a product is one thing, Commander, but to throttle an entire economy because of it is another. I'm not so sure you thought this
I did think this through. That's why I said they should still be able to make a version, but with a different name. So if you want to risk the horse meat, so to speak, you can risk it.
So, you're shutting down our factories because the elves feel threatened by a superior version of their reeking rabbit cheeses? Bah! Imps will lose their jobs because of them weird-eared sore losers. There's no justice in that.
No, they can still make their version, but give it a different name. That's what I just said. Okay, I guess with that, I'll see you again in a sec as I carry on with the bad off the bottom of the bottom. See you in a sec. Okay, back again very quickly. The paper said after what I just did, the whatever prices soar because of the imperial decision. Many forced to forego elven cheese altogether. Emperor rumored to have palace built with Emily's bones. Countries in shock. Barbaric tribes not so much. Wow, I wonder why. Dragon drop and dragon's diet. And okay, so see you in a sec again. Okay, back again. Another thing in the throne room to listen to.
Commander, the great lizard artist Della Gecko has made a sculpture that is, I admit, critical of the government. He is a pacifist and dislikes the brutality of war. But is this reason enough to ban its exposition? Yorick here says yes, but surely you don't agree.
So basically this is about censoring people who disagree with what the government's doing. To me, they should be able to disagree as long as they don't make it violent. So in other words, they want to protest, that's fine, but do not, rise people above and start a war.
When one is critical of the Emperor, one is critical of the gods, for they have seen it fit to give him his throne. And when one is critical of the gods, one should be silenced and shackled, for one does not insult the Seven unpunished.
Shut your mouth, bony freak.
Of course there are people in the kingdom who eye our politics with disapproval. What kind of land would we live in if every nose and snout would face the same direction? Some opposition is a good thing. Keeps us on our toes.
I agree with that.
Are we not all free to express ourselves? We imps explode with expression.
Literally.
Implode with repression.
Literally explode.
Commander, the great lizard artist Della Gecko has made a sculpture that is, I admit, critical.
Oh, right, I'll listen to you.
What do I care if this lizard supports or opposes the government? As long as I'm up here and he's down there, he can do whatever he wants, as long as I still make the decisions. Exhibit away!
So I guess he kind of agrees with me, it's only because he's in power. Oh well. Will you ban art that is critical of your rule? No.
Artists always challenge the powers that be, but their provocation can lead to interesting discussions. It gladdens me to know you'll give Della Gecko his moment in the sun.
It's fine. What do you say?
Good, good, good.
There you go.
Even though I must say lizard art is a bit boring, imps like performance art with lots and lots of gunpowder.
Good show. That bally skeleton might well have come after dwarven art next. For I bet his precious Seven would blush at the sight of the buxom nudes that grace our cities.
Well done. Della Gecko's new sculpture may portray us as warmongers, but it is a work of genius all the same, and deserves to be exhibited.
Yep.
Disgruntle the Seven, Commander, and they may well take your throne away from you. Be forewarned.
That's treason if you're threatening to take my throne away from me. Because I only see you, and I never see these seven you're always going on and on and on and on about. So, people, arrest him. And throw him in, you give him bread and water for the next, 20 years, lifetime, etc, etc. Now, get lost. Okay, to the bridge. I want to see what the thingy says, so I'm just going to do this one quickly before I end this part. So see, this is basically what I'm doing at the moment. Because look, they keep making free, and I instantly kill them. As you see, I'm up to 665 gold now, yay! So hopefully I'm going to have enough soon. So I can't fail the other thing, hopefully. Let's see what the paper said about it quick. Della Gecko Lamp Blast Emperor. Dragon powerless to respond. No, I allowed him to. War agony pays off. Some say we ask at what cost. Help me, says Emperor. I'm misunderstood. And then we'll talk. So, see you in a sec. Okay, another throne room discussion.
It can't have escaped your notice that elf women tend to breastfeed their children in public.
I've already done this one.
Walking down the street, everywhere I look, there is another man.
I did this one a while back. I think it might have got wiped when I had to,
It disgusts me. You don't
go back on the game.
Laying eggs in the middle of Palace Square. These things are private matters and should be kept out of the.
Basically, will you allow breastfeeding in public? My answer was yes. So I actually called one of my episodes breastfeeding. So if you want to go back and see how I spoke about this, you can go back to that episode. Will you allow breastfeeding in public? Yes.
I protest. Indeed.
Yeah. Okay, see you in a second. Back once again to the throne room.
Commander, It would seem some of my fellow dwarves have been corrupted by obscene elven habits.
What are they doing?
They call themselves nudists.
Nudists, okay.
And demand the demented right to walk about stark naked on sections of beach or park grounds.
Oh, certain areas, that's fine.
I tell you, they've gone completely bonkers. You'll not allow for such practices, will you, Commander?
To me, if it was all over the place, it's different. But if it's on certain sections, and you know they're nudist beaches, or I guess parks, but the point is, so that should be fine.
Somehow I think you know what I'm about to say,
Yeah,
Commander, but
burn the heretics! Burn the heretics!
Yes, indeed, the seven forbid it. People should hide their shame, not strut about for all to see. Good heavens, the mere thought is repulsive.
And yet, you believe in the sevens, who theoretically created you, who did not put clothes on you, you made the clothes yourself. Just saying.
The body is a miracle of nature, Commander. And there is something quite liberating about languishing a few hours away in the open air, devoid of all fabric. If those dwarves Falstaff mentions have come to realize this, why not give them a spot here and there where they may indulge in their newfound pastime?
I don't quite see the problem here, Commander. After all, these dwarves are not asking for the right to appear nude anywhere.
My
in
point
public.
exactly.
Let them have their beach, I say, properly marked and fenced. Long as I don't have to look on, I'm perfectly happy to let
See,
people do
exactly.
as they please.
And most of these places is like, you know, you have to go over a hill or a cliff to get to these beaches, so it's not like it's in front of anywhere. It's not like you've got the beach directly in front of a school, so the kids are sitting out the window staring at, you know, people's naked dongs are swinging around and all that stuff.
We imps don't wear anything at all until we reach puberty, Commander. Then dress only to avoid awkwardness. Nude beaches sounds like a capital idea. Sit back and watch the girls play jump ball.
Will you allow nudism? Yes.
Commander, I'm not a prude,
You sound it.
but I'm not a pervert either.
I wouldn't say you were.
Imagine a fat old dwarf like me, naked on a beach. What if a child should see? They'll be scarred for life.
Hence, if it's a section of the beach, you wouldn't be taking your kid to that section of the beach, because there'll be signs saying nudists this way, over the cliff this way, etc., etc.
By partaking in these vile rituals, such as witches practicing during their moonlit Sabbaths, these dwarves taint themselves in the eyes of the seven forever.
Who cares? Shut up!
You are allowing them
Yes, I'm
to
allowing
throw
them.
themselves into the reaches of hell.
You okay? I am then.
You're doing a demon's task.
Of course I am then. Whatever makes you sleep at night.
I'm glad you're keeping an open mind, Commander. If more dwarves would enjoy naturalism in nature, perhaps they wouldn't be so keen on destroying so much of God's green earth around them.
Ha! Lovely. It might be a bit awkward when elves and imps mingle, though. The height difference puts things in a rather weird perspective.
Yeah, you're kind of growing height. Oh, and female height with nose. Wow. And it's kind of big enough again. Oh, yeah.
Cordial of you
They
to
figure
let
that.
these nudist dwarves have their day in the sun, despite their own counselor's wishes, Commander. To be sure, they'll have the appearance of so many beached whales, but if they don't care, why should I?
Exactly. Okay, let's go to the bridge again quick. And quickly see what the paper says about that. After we quickly end this bit. Go to battle. Ready. Close. What did the paper say? Nudist mayhem on the public beaches. Undead goes blind at the sight of a naked dwarf. Wow, undead goes blind. Maybe they won't see me anymore, that undead, if he's gone blind. So he can't keep talking to me. Hey, win-win. Latest win presents Empire with no real advantages. No real advantages. I'm got them right where I want them. The Emperor was not born in Rivendell. Okay. With that, I'm going to end this episode right here, because I think this one's gone on long enough, and see you next time. And either we'll get a lot more of these talkings, or we'll finally go to Act 3. Let's find out. See you next time. Bye, subscribe, like good stuff. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye.